Let's get really super honest with each other real quick. Most creators' menus, they are not converting, but it is because they are built like a haphazard list rather than a sales tool. And I get it, right? When you first make your tip menu, it feels like the goal is just get this all written down so that fans stop asking the same question 20 times a day. I get it. But if you are not building your menu with real sales psychology, you're skipping the part that actually makes fans want to buy. And that's what we are fixing today. So pull up a chair and let's dig in on the importance of utilizing sales psychology when building your adult content creation tip menu. Y'all, a great menu doesn't just list your services out. No, it sells the experience of buying from you. It's your prologue. It guides decision making. It increases perceived value. And when done right, it turns them lurkers into loyal paying customers without you having to pitch any extra work in real time. Hallelujah. This is straight up sales psychology, y'all, and once you get it right, your earnings will reflect that. So let's dig into it. Let's start with your pricing itself and how it affects buying behavior. The way you present your prices changes the way people perceive your value. So a great example would be charm pricing. It's the difference between $20 and $19.99, right? That 99. It's not just an aesthetic choice. That one penny shift does something subconscious. It makes something feel like a deal even though the difference is a penny. It works because buyers anchor emotionally to the first digit, which is a 1 and not a 2. You can also use tiered pricing to guide your fans towards spending more. Let's say you list 2 versions of a custom, right? A standard and a deluxe version. That deluxe version might be higher resolution, faster delivery, include bonus picks, be a bundle of joy, or something, right? That higher price sets a new anchor, which makes the standard feel more affordable, and the deluxe feel more like an exclusive worth the splurge. You've now created options that give your customer a sense of control and a reason to spend more, which we love. Another key tactic would be value stacking. We all love getting more bang for our buck, right? We love getting more for our money. So show them exactly what extra value they are getting when they commit to a sale with you. So for example, in my Telegram channel, my subscribers don't just get access to my content, they also get a discounted menu and free access to safe for work DMs. That's value stacking. Value on top of value on top of value. And every single person in that channel, by the way, has all bought from me multiple times. Multiple. And that's not accidental. That is psychology in motion. Now let's talk urgency and scarcity, because creating the feeling of I can get this anytime is the fastest way to kill a sale. Right? When you limit availability, like maybe capping the number of customs you take in a week or adding a expiration to a discounted rate, it triggers that, we all know it, FOMO, that fear of missing out, lights up the same part of your brain as a real threat. It creates emotional urgency to buy now and not later. Here is what's really important though. It has to be real scarcity. You cannot fabricate it. If your fans figure out you're bluffing, your trust down the drain. You lose that. So set your limits that actually make sense for your workload and enforce them. Stick to them like glue. Now let's move into how layout and structure both play into buying behavior. The faster your buyer can find exactly what they want, the faster they'll spend the money that you want. So your menu layout needs to be built for clarity and speed. Structure your menu so it's super easy to just scan through and understand. Think group-related items. Use sections. Lead with your most popular service as this really good tip. Put your best sellers on top. And this isn't about just like looking neat, right? It's about reducing friction for the decision to purchase, right? Our brains don't like working hard to make small decisions like buying, let's say, a rate. If your menu feels cluttered or confusing or just all over the place, buyers are more likely to freeze up and kind of scroll away just because that little bit of work, it's not what they were looking for tonight. And that is why decision paralysis is such a problem with overstuffed menus. You do not need to list every single thing you've ever done or can do. I promise. I can't begin to count how many more services or offerings I have provided or can provide or will provide that are not listed anywhere on my menu. For me, that is often because so many of those services were so highly customized to the individual purchaser that I can't put a generalization on a public list. So what do I do instead? Instead, what I do is I highlight my top selling services. And for everything else, I just say, got something in mind you don't see? Shoot me a DM. Let's see if we can do it together. Simplicity converts, clutter kills momentum. Your visuals really also matter. A clean menu design, whether it's a graphic or just formatted text, it communicates professionalism, and professionalism communicates trust. And if you are making an image-based menu, big fucking tip for y'all, excuse my French, use Canva, specifically Canva Pro. She's just better. She's worth it, I promise. And you can expense it anyway. Search restaurant menu templates and make a restaurant menu template your own. It is already in a menu format. It's so easy. Keep it readable. Use high contrast and simple fonts, and don't let background images overpower your text. Test it on mobile. If it's not readable on a phone screen, a 9:16 phone screen, it's not ready to go up yet. Same goes for your text-based menus. Use line breaks, section headers, spacing. Even an on-brand emoji here and there can do wonders. Don't send a giant block of unformatted text. That is a hard no. A giant wall of text is enough to make anyone turn their phone screen off. I know it does it for me. Now, let's shift into language, because how you describe your services matter just as much as what you are offering. Sales psychology tells us that people don't buy things, right? They buy feelings. So use emotional and descriptive language. Try and paint a picture of the service, what the service will be, or who you are, and what you can provide. Build that anticipation. Use words like exclusive, personal, intimate, connection, things like that. All of that works because it makes the buyer feel like they're getting something that is not transactional and is tailored to them. Build that connection. Use those connecting words. Let's talk connecting words. If you're selling something more about connection, maybe like a GFE, use words like us, together, we. That kind of inclusive language and the connection building language triggers emotional safety and relationship building. And yes, that increases conversion. Oh my God, it increases conversion like no one's business. At the same time, you do need to manage expectations super clearly on your menu. You need to be very honest and very clear about what each service includes. Don't oversell. Don't make vague promises, because that level of pure clarity builds that trust again, reduces chargebacks and refunds, and keeps your boundaries intact so you don't have fans expecting more. Set a minimum price or a minimum time requirement if you need to on your menu items as well. Include a note about your limits. If you're getting frequent requests you won't fulfill, I would just have a note for where someone can find all of your limits on your menu. As for setting that time limit, for me, an example for sexting, you have to have 10 minutes minimum. Buyers actually really appreciate when you clearly define rules like that. It shows you're professional, and it helps filter out requests that would waste both of your goddamn time. All right, now let's talk about the sales process. How you respond to menu-focused questions in real time, because this is where a lot of people might accidentally drop the ball. When somebody messages you and they're asking about your services, your goal is not just to answer their question, it's to make the process so frictionless. It is like bobsledders going down the whatever bobsleds go down. Work with it. That means having your saved replies ready. I'm talking like copy and paste messages with quick summaries, clear pricing, payment instructions, age verification instructions, things like that. And y'all, when someone's asking you a question, don't ever shame a buyer for asking questions, even if a request is odd or outside your limits. Just professionally decline or upsell an alternative. The ability to stay kind and firm at the same time is a high-value skill, and it's one that could be considered rare in this industry, and that alone will set you apart and earn you long-lasting loyalty. Believe me when I say that, because that is a part of my strategy. Lastly, let's talk terminology. Using shared language helps remove friction in the buying process. Fans are familiar with specific terms. Think terms like SFW and NSFW for safe for work or not safe for work, or things like customs for custom videos and content, pre-mades for content that's already been made, ratings for ratings, GFE, JOI, CEI, and so on. Use them consistently in your menu. It shows that you understand the market and how to communicate with your audience, which is experienced buyers. If there is anything you offer that's niche or more specific, define it once clearly and keep it simple, because again, confused fans do not purchase. They come and they ask 10 million questions and drive you crazy. So here's the big takeaway of all this. Your menu is not just a tool to display what you offer. It's not. It is a part of your sales funnel. It is your silent salesperson hyping you up. It is a direct reflection of how seriously you take your business. When you build your menu with intention, using proven principles of sales and pricing psychology, think value perception, emotional language, and frictionless structure, you don't just make more money, you make it easier. You make it smoother. And you make it scalable. And that's what we're looking for. So take a couple minutes today or whenever you have time and pop back to your menu. Go look at it with fresh eyes for the first time and ask yourself, is this just a list of services? Or does this reflect myself, my content, and is this designed to sell? Because once you treat your menu like your sales tool, you'll never build it the same way again, and it will start helping you in the ways you need. All right, if you are more of a in-depth written kind of person and you want an in-depth written guide on how to effectively utilize sales psychology in adult content creation, pop your booty right on over to the Creators Spicy Tea Patreon. There is a full-blown written resource, and she is juicy over there. I will be sure to put the link to that in the description box below. If you want even more video resources going hella in-depth like this on everything you need to know adult content creation, give this channel a follow, give this video a like, and join the Creators Spicy Tea community. Alrighty, y'all. Thank you so much for sitting down with me today. I hope you are really good. And I hope you are so safe and so sane. And holy hell, I hope you're flourishing.